16 after the hour. Here's Meredith.
Matt, thanks. It could be a huge medical breakthrough. Researchers say that they've discovered stem cells in a new place. NBC's chief medical editor, Dr. Nancy Snyderman, is here with more. Nancy, good morning to you.
Hi, Meredith. This is a big story. It broke yesterday, and we want to talk about stem cells because they have been touted as a possible cure for a lot of the world's most serious diseases. But there have also been ethical minefields surrounding this because in the past, most promising cell lines have come from unused human embryos, and critics have said that that's destroying a life. Now, the new breakthrough today, that might end the controversy. Scientists at Wake Forest and Harvard universities have discovered a new source of stem cells.
We have isolated a stem cell population that has properties of both human embryonic stem cells as well as adult stem cells.
Cells not from the embryo, but from amniotic fluid and placentas that nourish babies in the womb.
How many passes?
Dr. Anthony Atala leads the study that began 7 years ago.
They grow just as rapidly as human embryonic stem cells and without using any special conditions. So they're actually easier to grow.
And they are easier to obtain. These stem cells can be taken from the amniotic fluid during pregnancy or from the placenta at birth, which is usually discarded.
One would need a bank of approximately 100,000 specimens to be able to supply 99% of the U.S. population with a perfect genetic match for transplantation.
And doctors hope the discovery could lead to new treatments for Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, spinal cord injuries, even heart disease.
So we've been able to actually engineer muscle tissue, bone, made nerves, and implanted those.
But being able to grow tissue from cells does not mean that patients can be treated tomorrow.
It's going to take years and years for anything that comes out of this to be turned into something that can be used in people with real diseases.
The goal is to eventually create a national bank of stem cells that could be used by anyone.
What it shows is that the science of stem cell biology is really only in its infancy. We don't know what the possibilities could be. We really need to work on all fronts.
Fronts that today make a turning point in scientific discovery. It's big news because these stem cells could give us 100,000 new lines, which would take care of 99% of the American population. And that's really important, Meredith, because right now we only have 21 lines. And the other cool thing is they followed these cells long enough to know they don't turn into cancers, they don't turn into tumors. This looks like it's going to be very safe technology.
And it sounds like we then avoid all those ethical questions that we have when we involve embryos in the process.
Yeah, this is interesting. Women would have to still give consent to say, yes, of course, use my fluid or use the placenta, but babies can still be born healthy. There's not going to be any violation of fetuses. It's fluid or placenta. So it's going to be interesting to see how this sort of breaks down. But as for ethical charges or abortion charges, I don't see how that surrounds this at all.
And as somebody married to a man with MS, I wanted answers yesterday.
Right.
Will I probably see them in my lifetime?
You know, everyone is being very cautious. The scientists are really being quite prudent about this, but I think this is going to happen quite quickly. They're going to start to grow this. They've already grown nerve, bone, and bladder outside of a human body, and they've done implantation. I think you're going to watch this escalate, and it's going to be good news for everybody.
Nancy Snyderman, thank you so much, and you'll be back.